Hi friends, it's Suzanne from sunstampin.com. Welcome back to my Paper Pumpkin Alternative Catch-Up series. I'm trying to get back on track with my Paper Pumpkin subscription. I want it to go from this to some beautiful masterpieces. I hope that I can offer you some gentle motivation to catch up yourselves if you're like me. And if you're not like me and you just like the design, why not create something similar with the supplies that you have in your stash? Hello friends, welcome to the Paper Pumpkin Kit for the month of October 2023. We are doing so well. We are catching up. Next week we're going to be in the same month. So I'm super excited about that. This pumpkin was called Home for the Holidays. It came with this sparkle snow gel stuff, which it was super fun. A beautiful stamp set that had sentiments that said Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, celebrate the wonder and joy of the seasons. It had trees and snowflakes. And it had a red Stampin' Spot, real red, and the tissue paper is real red. And I always like to do this transition from the instructions that you see to the instructions with all the components. So the kit components contain supplies for 8 cards and envelopes. Super cute. And the colors are Balmy Blue, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, and Pecan Pie. So here are the instructions again. And I always like to look at the back so that I don't do what they have suggested because those are other alternatives that you can turn to. So I have my sketchbook here and I entitled the top Home for the Holidays, October 2023. And I am showing that I want to have a tri-fold card. So I have to basically glue 2 card bases together and they're the ones that have the houses on it. Don't you like my artwork? I should have a art showing at the Louvre, don't you think? Not really, not artistic in that regard at all. Okay, so I wanted to show that I'm having like 3 sides to this, but that it's not going to be on the inside, it's going to be on the outside. And then I had to use some liquid paper because I'm a Virgo and I kind of have to see visually. So the front piece is going to be shorter. And I figured, okay, I'm just going to do it. So here is my card base. You can see what I've done. I have 2 card bases. I'm going to stick them together. And in the last Paper Pumpkin Kit, I got some of this tape. It's Terran tape, I believe it's called. And so I'm going to use that instead of my Stampin' Seal Plus, just because I'm accumulating quite a bit of it. And I thought it might be easier and more sticky. So that is what I'm going to do. So I know that sometimes people can go around the perimeter of the card. I just did lots of lines. So, and this tear tape is pretty awesome because you just plunk it down like that and you tear it off and then you pick off the release paper as I'm doing with a take your pick tool. This take your pick tool has the end with, I think it came with the knife and it has a longer pokey tool, and the original take your pick tool has a shorter pokey tool, and just if you want my opinion, I like the longer one better. I don't know why. So here is me sticking the 2 card bases together. So I'm sacrificing 1 card base for this trifold. And the reason why I did that and didn't just add a white cardstock is because the white in this Paper Pumpkin Kit does not match our basic white cardstock. So it would look weird. And, you know, I mean, for the most part, I don't really care if I look weird. But honestly, for cards and for the continuity of my creation here, I do want to display it one day on display. So I want to make sure that all my whites match. I know. So you can see here I am gluing this piece to the second piece, and I noticed that it was sort of the same drawing or the same picture, so I'm trying to make it look altered. And this piece is going kind of, I don't know, like a third of the way down. So I'm going to trim off that excess. I'm going to save that little piece. I don't know why, but I will save it. And then I'm going to move on to the front portion of this card. So I've chosen this piece to go on the front. So I'm going to use that tear tape again. And again, it's lovely. You can tear it or you can cut it if you wish. It's up to you. It is very sticky, but it does give you a minute to sort of adjust your placement before you press everything down. So I know you guys are going to notice, you can see my ring light. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? So I love my little glass mat, and I really wanted to show it off for everybody. This is this glass mat, and where you can see the real red ink spot there, that is, it's a joining offer special. So basically it's to entice you to join our Stampin' Up team, and you can, during the January 4th to February 29th, I think it is, period, and you can get this glass mat. The thing about the glass mat is beautiful. I love to craft with it, but for the sake of videos, you can see all of my lights. As you can see, there's a ring light there, and it's a little distracting for me. I hope it's not bad for you. I am trying to hide it, but then there's my... That makes my desk messy. And again, I think I stated that I was a Virgo. So it is kind of giving me some stress because I have to keep stuff on my desk. This new mat, I'm using it for Tuesday and Thursday's video, but I have to find a diffuser or something for this ring light, and honestly I might not be using it for videos, although I have to say I am quite pleased as punch to own it. All right, so you can see what I did there. I fussy cut the page out, so the front card I fussy cut around that scene of the houses. So I'm going to do this to the second page as well. But first, I noticed that there was sort of like a little bump, right? Because I put that lovely house scene in the middle, and now I've put some adhesive, the tear tape down, and then you remember the stuff that I just cut off that first page? Well, I'm going to put that offcut directly underneath the scene so all the whites match. I know, why do I do this, right? And it's all going to be level, cutting off the excess. And then in the kit, there was some glittery, like sparkle paper, and I removed it, so this is the sparkle paper, and basically there was these rectangles that were punched out of it. So what I'm going to do is so this is like the offcut. You're just going to toss this away, but not me. So I use stuff like that and it makes a lovely little sparkly strip. So I am putting some multi-purpose glue on the edges of this sparkle stuff, and then creating a hide for that unsightly seam. So I don't like seams, so I try to hide them. And I do it twice in this card, actually. So I'm moving on to fussy cutting around those homes. So this is the second part of the trifold card. So the right flap, I guess. So I'm going to cut around the houses, around the trees, like I did on the left-hand side or the front part of the trifold card. It sounds more confusing than it is, I think, to try to describe it. One day I was doing a tutorial and I had to describe how to make a double Z fold. I will never do that again. I have to say, it's actually difficult. It's much easier to actually watch somebody make a double Z fold card than actually having to type a description of that. So anyway, so here is the card almost complete. You can see these different levels of houses. So it's very much like the card that they wanted you to put together, except it has three little flaps. So these are those sparkle little rectangles, and what I'm kind of doing is making a snowbank. So I don't want to do too much of a swoop in these two rectangles, but I did want to create snowbanks. So again, with that tear tape, and guess what? The tear tape didn't come with this kit. It came with last month's kit, I think, or the kit before that, October. So I'm just using it up. I'm being frugal with my supplies. I'm sure a lot of you craft on a budget as well and try to use up all your things. So do I. That's why I save like little sparkle bits and I save as much little papers as I can because, well, especially now with the economy the way it is, we want to, stretch as much stuff as we can. So what I did here, lovely little snowbank, cutting off the excess, but I do have a seam that's in the front of that card. So I'm going to fix that by putting a tree that has a star on it, found one, put dimensional adhesive behind that, and then I was able to plunk that sort of right in front of the blue house, and I hid my sparkle snowbank seam. See? Lovely. No one knows the difference now. All right, so we open up the first flap and the second flap, and look at all that white space that you can write to the recipient, which actually frightens me. I don't know about you. So here I'm going to take my Merry Christmas. I'm going to use my red ink, and I do suggest that you watch your fingers with this ink because let me tell you, it gets everywhere. Anyway, so here I am stamping Merry Christmas, trying not to get red ink on everything. And there it is. So that is my card. I'm going to put some of that sparkle gel on it. You're going to be able to see it in the picture, in the still pictures. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being patient. This video is out a little late, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.